Hi, this is Credit Logic, welcoming you back for tips and credit education. Today I want to talk about establishing credit. So many people come up to me and ask me, how do I establish credit? I don't have any credit, or maybe it's re-established credit. I've damaged my credit in the past. Well, I know of 4 different ways to establish credit, and I want to talk about all 4 of these ways. The first one is authorized user. That's where you ask your parent or a good friend, someone in the family, to add you on to their credit card. Now, there's good and bad about this. The good, of course, is all of their history when you're added on their credit card as an authorized user. That credit history shows up on your credit report. The bad is, or could be, what if that person you've asked to be put on the card has made late payments before? Well, now those late payments could show up on your credit card. So you just put some credit on, but unfortunately it's bad in that case. Another thing to look for when asking to be an authorized user on a credit card is make sure the balances. Remember last video we talked about having a balance of 19.96% if possible to enjoy the highest credit score. Well, you have to make sure the balances on that credit card don't go up close to the credit card limits, because that can really hurt you when it comes to the credit score. Up to 30% of the entire calculation of the credit score is in this area, so be careful. The second one is, I see this on places like Craigslist and Backpage all the time, and that is buying seasoned trade lines. Well, seasoned trade lines, let's face it, that to me is outright fraud. You're defrauding a lender. When you buy one of these seasoned trade lines and it shows up that you've had $50,000 good trade line of whatever, a revolving or installment account, and now it's paid good and you owe no more money, and that brings up your score higher than what your score actually is, then you go to buy that home or that car. That's really defrauding the lender. I would stay away from these seasoned trade line companies. It's unethical now, and in a real short amount of time in Congress, they're doing stuff behind the scenes to make sure it is also illegal and punishable by fines or possibly imprisonment. Let's face it, you're defrauding lenders. So please stay away from seasoned trade lines. The third is, you can go to your bank. I know Bank of America, Wells Fargo, there's several other banks out there. But you can go to your bank and ask them to open a secured credit card if you do not have credit. Say put $500 in an account, get up their Visa card, use it, watch the limits when you use these to build credits. Please stay around that 20% area like we talked about before to enjoy the highest credit score. Do not max out these credit cards. But again, the problem with that is you need your $500 or $5,000 in cash to give to them, and you're basically paying interest on money that's yours. So there's good and bad about it, but it is a good way to establish credit. Usually shows on all 3 credit reporting agencies, and it is a Visa credit card, although it will show that it is a secured card. The last way I want to talk about is something entirely different. This is called the Credit Loader. It's a product we've had for a while. And what it does, it builds credit without going into any debt. That's the only way I can describe it. It builds credit without the risk of going into debt. And here's how it works. You can get a $10,000 loan from our finance company. The proceeds or the money from that loan goes into a savings type of account with your name on it. You make very small monthly payments every month, and we report that. So now you have a $10,000 credit line paying good on your credit reports. As you're building credit 4, 5, 6 months from now, when you want to stop building credit, we're just going to take that savings account away, use it to pay off the loan, and now it shows paid in full. So you did not incur any debt. But it does one other thing you should know, because today's underwriting guidelines have changed with banks. They also want you to show you have assets, not just good credit and great credit scores, but that you have assets. And while you have this credit loader, you can find this at creditloader.com, by the way. While you have this credit loader and you're making your small monthly payments, that savings type account, we put it in, you can put on the application and show your bank or anybody you're applying to that, yes, indeed, in this case, I have $10,000 in savings, and that is verifiable. So again, creditloader.com can really build credit, very large lines of credit very quickly, all without going into debt. And it can also show you have assets, show you have money in the bank. Check it out. I hope this helps on building credit. I'll do more of it later, more detail, other ways, but check out creditloader.com. Hey, have a great day, everybody, and I hope everybody's credit scores are as high as they can possibly be.